Dashing through the snow in a white horse open sleigh. Don't sing again, AJ. You're a terrible singer. Hey guys, you're watching because you want to know. My name is AJ. Welcome to this year's Christmas special series or whatever. Every year I like to do something Christmas orientated around Christmas time because it just makes sense. And this year I decided to ask you on Twitter what we should build, and the results were pretty unanimous, to be honest. Snow globe was the most requested thing. A giant snow globe with a little bit of a scene going on inside the snow globe, you know, make it look like it's snowing in there. And I thought, what a cool idea. Because, one, I've never done it before, so I want to do it. And two, it's really fun sometimes to confine yourself to a certain amount of space. And a snow globe is literally confining you to a globe. You can't go outside the globe because it doesn't make sense. We are going to have to make this globe big enough to hold everything that we want. I've got a list of some stuff that is obviously obvious. We want like a little frozen lake. I want to have like a little gingerbread house style building in there. We need a Christmas tree. We need some normal trees around there. We need some reindeer. We need like a sleigh. That kind of thing, snowmen, you know, the normal stuff. But it's going to be really fun to try and do it inside of a snow globe. As a bonus, obviously you can see that I've got shaders on at the moment, but as a bonus, I've also loaded this up in the same version of Minecraft that we build the zoo in, which allows us, we got penguins. So we got penguins, we can have like reindeer, bring a little bit more life to it, I thought. I think there's even a Santa egg. Spawn Santa egg. I should probably get a sword as well. I have looked at this on the zoo, but I wasn't interested because obviously it was a zoo and Santa doesn't make sense. But I have no idea. Oh, he's off. He's flying. No, come back. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that lagged the game. Don't kill Santa. It breaks your Minecraft. I think we've got some horses or something over there. I saw a polar bear over there as well. That's a modded one. That's not like the polar bears. Polar bears that you get in like 1.11 or whatever it is now. So, I think the first part of a snow globe that we need to build is the dome. We're going to do a spherical snow globe because one, we can do it really easily with World Edit. Ow, I got something in my eye. It's my finger probably. And then below the snow globe we need to have like a structure, like a base to it. All my snow globes that I've got like 3 or 4 that we get out at Christmas time, and you can actually remove, I still got something in my eye, you can actually remove the globe from the base and it becomes like an orb. Do you know what I mean? So I suppose you could shake it like that and then put it back in the base again. So we're gonna have to have some sort of base. I would really love the base to be touching the ground, so I found this sort of somewhat flat area here that might be able to help us out. There's a fly, a couple of flies, and I have no idea how big we want this snow globe to be. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error first. I've got a feeling it's going to, the center of the sphere is going to be somewhere around this height. So what we're going to do is we're going to play around with a couple of sphere sizes and give us an idea on how much room it's going to give us, how large it's going to be, how big the base needs to be, how far away from the ground it has to be. So, I suppose we should make a hollow sphere of glass, obviously, glass, and then let's go with 20 at first. Okay, so this gives us a sphere of 20. We can see it's not a bad size. We actually did clip into the floor, which we don't want. We actually want the glass of the snow globe to not touch the floor. We want it a few blocks above the floor, actually, so we can actually fit a base underneath it. So I think we're going to go up to the top of this globe, maybe down a little bit. We'll undo, and we'll do another globe. We'll do it 25. So it's going to be a bigger globe, more area, and we're no longer touching the floor. We're about at the right, what I'm assuming is about the right height above the ground that we want. And inside, if you imagine, we're not going to have the snow up to the halfway point because that means half of the globe would be snow. The snow would start at around a quarter of the way up, so around about this level. And I think would this be enough room? Let's just do a very rough middle point. And let's do a cylinder of snow blocks, 1 block high and 20 blocks in circumference. No, is that right? No, 21 we want. Uh-oh, I think I done it the wrong way round. No, did I? Did I do it the wrong way? No, I didn't do it the wrong way round. About there then. Let's bust through. Let's grab the glass as well. Now, is that about the right height? That looks to be about the right height, actually. That looks like a perfect height, and that'll all be snow underneath there. And I think the base will fit beautifully underneath as well. Look at that's going to look so cool, isn't it? With the ice spikes in the background, a little bit of a ravine. So it's actually a really nice area, a little ravine over there. If you guys are interested, what is it? Seed. There you go. If you guys are interested, let's look up in the sky so you can see it properly. There's the seed. You guys can build along if you want at home, or just use this seed for your own seed things. Is this big enough of a platform to be able to build everything that we want in here? I think that's the next thing that we want to sort of gauge. Let's just grab, I don't know, a brown bit of wool for the gingerbread house. It doesn't need to be a big house, but we want it big enough to be able to fit like a fireplace in it. A bedroom, a little bit of a kitchen, maybe a little Christmas tree on the inside with some presents underneath it. And I don't mind, I would in fact really like to, if you guys are up for it, sort of build our own texture pack as we go for this. Very similar, it was exactly the same as how we done with the Halloween series. So if, for example, we wanted some tinsel to go around our house, or we can jump into Photoshop and we can Photoshop either blocks to look like tinsel or a painting to look like tinsel. I know the Xbox version of Minecraft actually has a really, really nice Christmas texture pack, so maybe we can take some inspiration from there. We can make some, like the gingerbread house, for example. We might retexture a brownish block to look more like chocolate bar pieces. So it looks like it's made out of chocolate. That kind of thing. If we need to, if we come along, if it comes to that sort of part. So I think that would be a relatively good size for the house. You don't want it to just be a square because that would be boring. So I've got a little bit of an extension on the side here. It might go up quite tall. We might have a clock tower on the top. I don't know. Just sort of planning out a rough idea of where things need to go. We then need a Christmas tree. So let's just grab green for the moment. We want a Christmas tree. We don't want it too close to the edge because obviously the base of the Christmas tree is quite wide. We want to get some lights on it and some stuff like that. So I think here is about a good spot. So that's where a Christmas tree would go. We want a little bit of a frozen lake because I think that would be a pretty cool idea. So if I just mark out like a rough sort of pondish sized off circle here. I reckon that would be about a good size. Have it ice, maybe a little, like fishing dock, like a little wooden fishing dock off the side. Not that it'd be any good when it's frozen, but maybe in the summer when it warms up a little bit, you can drill a little hole and fish through it like the old Eskimos do. What else have I got on my list? A bunch of other trees, penguins, and then it's like candy canes and beautification. Now, this would mean that the whole area is flat, perfectly flat. And I think that would be a boring way to do it. So what we want to do is we want to elevate some sections and leave some sections lower down. I think it would be pretty obvious that we need to have this part as the lowest that the ground will go, and then everywhere else it sort of heightens up like a miniature mountain. So from the back side, if you looked at this snow globe from the back side, there would be a lot more snow. But if you looked from the front side, you see a lot of stuff going on. So I think that would be best if I maybe move the lake over by a few blocks to give us a little bit more room back here. If I use snow blocks to do this. We're pretty close to the edge as well. It's not actually going to require that much tweaking. So if we had like the Christmas tree. Let's drop that back again. If we had the sort of hill, it's not a mountain, it's a hill. if we had the hill start somewhere there, and it goes up, it only needs to go up 5 or 6 blocks, something like that. And we can have a nice little pathway that goes up to the house, a little bit of a wood log storage, have some spruce trees, because obviously they're very wintry looking trees. The trees that we have that sort of spawn naturally on the outside, so they suit in Minecraft when you have them, you know, on the inside. Here, I think that's a pretty good plan, a pretty good layout. It's not going to be the longest series. Should I go through the top? Probably. It's not going to be the longest series in the world, at least I'm hoping not, because we've only got a month to do it, so we don't have that many episodes. But it's going to be a really fun one. Have some giant snowflakes in the background. Maybe make it look like it's snowing by having cobwebs, spider webs around the place. We could even retexture the cobwebs to look more like snowflakes. We go into Photoshop. I've never changed the texture of I don't think no, I've never changed the texture of cobwebs, so I'm not 100% sure how we would do that, but I'm sure it can't be that hard, right? Okay, anyway, I'm going to make a little center point here. This is the dead center point of the circle, because this is the one that... Oh, is it? Oh, no, it's not. Is it? Is it? That's... Ooh. That one. That one. Yes, it is. Well, that's fortunate, wasn't it? Okay, so we've got the dead center point. It looks really off because of the lake there. But that means that we can stand here and we can make a little bit of a base. Now, I would really like this base to be mostly out of like dark oak wood, or dark oak planks, because obviously it's my favourite wood. It's a very wintry looking wood, you know, very ornamental looking wood. But it'd also be nice to have something like red and green clay. Clay. Now we've got lime green. Lime green is probably more of a Christmassy sort of combination, I would say. But how we incorporate the two, I'm not 100% sure yet. I've got a few ideas, but I'm not quite sure. And then we need either yellow or a gold block for the plaque. There's always a plaque that goes on the front of snow globes, and it says like Merry Christmas 2005, or Merry Christmas to Mum and Dad, or the location of where you bought it from, things like that. So, base, we want to start off nice and wide at the base, and then it goes in a little bit, so it's got like a little bit of beading, so it's probably best to start at a flat section. So I'm going to put an orange bit of wool there, so I know it's the middle point. So I'm going to stand here, and we're going to just start off with a sphere, with a cylinder. We'll make it hollow, and we might as well make it 20, the same as what the snow was. That might make a lot of sense. So let's just do this in... Ooh, what number is it? 5, 5. Ooh, 5, 5. And we want a hollow cylinder because we don't want to get stuck in it, obviously. So we're just going to do that. Let's jump away. Now, if you imagine that went all the way up to where it connects, I don't think that would be too far off. Maybe it needs to go in a few blocks, so the snow, we have a little bit of snow above the beading. So instead of 20, let's go into 17. Let's see what 17 is like as a number. Ooh, steady now. Just stop. If I put a block there. There we go. It's not easy. Okay, so instead of 20, we'll do 17. Then when that goes all the way to the top, which will be like here, it'll stop there, and that's where the orb will then sit in. I think that's about what we want. Obviously, it's very flat at the moment. I do want most of it flat as it goes down. I want the base being a little bit bigger. And then flat, and then we can embellish it then with some detail. So let's go on the floor. We'll make the floor back to 20. Go straight through the snow. That's not a problem. And then we want to come up a block, and I think do another 20. And then come up another block and do another 20. Then come up another block and go 19. Then come up another block and do 18. And then come up another block and go back to 17. And then that joins up. And I think that's the height. That's the maximum height that I can go using that technique. Okay, now we're going to probably have a few blocks missing out here. Yeah, I thought as much. Do I want to do it like that? No, I think we had the bottom one's right, but the top one's got like that. Let's just fill those in. It's only like 4 blocks on either side. That one, that one, that one, that one. Doesn't really look like much on the map yet. I do love... Oops, no, not there. I do love it when the map looks really cool in the corner there. But because it's all snow, it's snow on snow, I don't think it's ever going to look like really, really cool. But maybe when we get the gingerbread house and stuff like that, and it might sort of improve the look a little bit. Okay, that's a pretty good sort of base, potentially. I think it needs some more embellishing. I think the... it looks like it's a little bit too short, but that might be because it physically is too short at the moment. Let's keep going up. I think I can keep going up if I take that one away. We keep going up at 17. 17. 17. And where was the top? Ah, there. There we go. I can see how far I need to go up to. 2 more. Okay, that's meant to be the top. We can just see it's just poking into the glass now, which I think is perfect. Oh, and I might as well fly back out of the skyline. Whee! This is going to look fantastic if we set the weather to snow as well, or when it inevitably snows itself here. I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Like, it won't snow on the inside of the globe, but it'll snow on the outside. And I think it's going to look good for me either being inside or outside. You know what? That's not bad. That's not bad. I think it's a smidge too high. I think this base is a smidge too tall now. First we were saying it was a smidge too short, wasn't we, when we filled it in. Now it looks like a slightly bit too high. Now we might be able to fix that by embellishing the top a little bit. And sort of bringing a little bit of a lip, a little bit of a beading around there. Or I can just grab the entire globe and just shift it down a few blocks. Let's try embellishing it first, because we're going to be embellishing it anyway. So why not try that first? Now, the way that we're going to try to embellish this is by going around 1 block wider. I might as well do this by hand. So we come around this level. Is it best to do it by hand? Probably not, to be honest. Probably not at all. Well, I've started now. We'll just do this layer at least, and then go back inside. Trouble is when you're on the inside, you're putting the sphere or the cylinders on the inside. You can't see what it looks like. You have to go all the way back outside to then have a look again. Okay. Yeah, see something like that, and then it goes that one. We go down a block. We go even bigger. We go down a block. We go smaller again. Okay, let's give it a shoot. I'm always welcome to give it a go. I think it's a really good size dome though. Where's the middle point? Right there. Okay, so that level. Oh, I need to go right up here. So I think I would be on that one that we've sort of done. Make it 18 just to fix anything that I done wrong. We go down one, we go 19. We go down one, we go back to 18. That saves me going around 3 times, doesn't it? Let's go and have a look. I think this is going to not look too bad. Obviously, we need to embellish it with the red and the green clay, like I said. You know, make it a little bit more Christmas orientated. Maybe a stocking or 2 might be able to fit on there. That would fill up some of the space. You know what? That's actually really, really helped. Really, really helped. I don't think that's far off at all. I don't think I even want to move the snow globe down anymore. That little single block there is driving me nuts. And that snow block sticking up there. I think that's really cool. See, that's the embellishing that we done around the top here. That was the 19, 18 sphere that we just done, or ring that we just done. Now, what side's the front going to be? This side is the front. So this is where we need some sort of plaque. I always get this wrong, because I call this, because it's 2016 this year, at the year of recording this, if you're watching it in the future, hello, and it's not 2017, until January the 1st, midnight of January the 1st. However, people seem to call this Christmas, or seem to call every Christmas, like Christmas 2017. But it's not. This is 2016, therefore it's Christmas 2016. However, everywhere else always seems to call this Christmas 2017 because you're going into the year 2017. But Christmas isn't New Year. New Year is New Year. Maybe it's called New Year 2017. That would make sense. But this year is Christmas 2016. The reason why I bring that up is because I thought it'd be really cool to maybe be able to write 2016 on the plaque. Maybe some black clay or black wool. Black wool will probably be best for it, alongside the gold. So if we had the gold plaque, how high? We can do text 5 blocks by 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suppose I could go up another block. If I went up another... Oh no. 4. 2. Could I do a 2 on a 4 block high? Not very easily. It'd be much better if it was 5 blocks. Look, 2001, 6. Everything else will fit in a 3 by 5. But that does make it slightly. See how it's 1 block at the bottom and 2 blocks at the top. I can fix that by taking away this ring and making this ring 17 instead of 18, and then the gold will be able to go on this level, leaving 1 block below it, and gold up here, leaving 1 block above. Okay, then. Oh, yeah, I forgot about you guys that like to spawn everywhere. So if we do this... What was it? 17, 18, yeah. That should take that ring out, apart from the 4, obviously, that we had. That we put in ourselves. Whoops. So let's take those ones out. We move this into 17. And then I think we'll be pretty much done for this episode. I can't really fit anything more in. There's a lot of planning to figure out first. Oh, hello. Those penguins make a right racket, don't they? 17. So that puts that back in there. Can I... Oh, yeah. And then we need to go down 1 and make that 18, right? Did I go down 1? I think I went down 1. Yeah, I think I'm right here. Yeah. Hard to keep track of the numbers sometimes. But now we've got a block below the gold and a block above the gold with the ability to write numbers in the middle. I don't actually like the black. I think it may be better to go with the complete opposite, which is white. But we can have... Let's grab a quartz. Quartz is probably pretty nice white. What if we use chiseled quartz? Maybe that could be a nice little pattern. If we had 2000, so that would be a 0 there. This will be the 1. Oh, I think I like the white. Oops. And then the 2 just goes around onto this area. 2 and a 6. If I am wrong, and this is actually meant to be 2017, then I can change the 6 to a 7 and everybody's happy. But I personally think that it's correct when it's 16. So you fill this in here. We can dress up this plaque a little bit, maybe buttons on the corners as like little rivets, little screws that hold the plaque on. That makes a lot of sense to me. Oops, hello. And down here. Wow, that quartz is very Christmassy style block, isn't it? Yeah, see, I think that looks pretty cool how it sort of bends around there. There's a few little blocks that we need to fix in these corners here, but that doesn't take 2 seconds. Buttons. If we use stone ones, I think they'll stand out a little bit more. We'll try just 4 in the corners. On the snow base itself, snow globe base itself, we can use things like wooden trapdoors to sort of embellish an edge or embellish a side or something like that. Is that a good one, or should the one be like that? I think maybe that's a better number 1, isn't it? Alright, there we go then. few little gaps to fill up. I think the buttons are really, really cool. Definitely need more embellishing on the base. Red, green, clay. If you guys can think of some other sort of cool stuff, maybe some sort of coloured like tinsel drops, you know, like upside down arches that goes around. That would be really cool as well. But this episode is already longer than what it should be. So if you guys did enjoy it, then hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. Let's take a quick sneaky peek with the shaders on. Oh, the sun's on that side. That's a little bit of a poo. Why is that a little bit of a... Because I think the sun rises over there and sets over there. If I... time set 9,000. Or maybe I can get a little bit of... Hey, that's not a bad time to view this globe from. A little bit of sun on the side there. Maybe back a little bit. Maybe 10,000. That's not a bad one either. What about 10,500? Like right bang in the middle. Yeah. I think that's the best time to look at this snow globe, right? We're going to be able to see all the gingerbread houses in there. We've got the light coming from the right-hand side. We can see the plaque on the front. Or... what does it look like? Let's revolve around. If we had the plaque on this side, it would be very, very bright. But would that be a good thing? Like, if we had it that way and we rotated everything on the inside, we rotate it around. I could do that easily. We can just rotate it. We'll have a look next episode. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.